And then the final topic is Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, this was basically the open world Pokemon game that we've been waiting for, that we've been looking forward to. And they showed a lot of information here, and we were really excited. You were excited based off of what I saw.
Oh yeah, I love what they showed.
I loved every aspect of it because they just broke it down. Again, they did the whole thing where they did with like Breath of the Wild, or not Breath of the Wild, Horizon, right? Where they showed the game, and then afterwards they explained it in detail, and you're like, great, this is exactly what I wanted to know. They gave you crisp, clear information, and the best part is it's not delayed, right? So, a couple things. The new region forms for Pokemon, which they showed some new Pokemon. Weirdeer, Basculegion, Hisuian, right? Hisuian, Bravery, Hisuian Growlithe, which is my homie right there. He is the homie. And then big changes to the battle system, right? So before we get to the battle system, I like how there's prehistoric Pokemon that live only based off of that century, right? Like based off of that.
Yeah. Like they. What's the part that kind of sucks is that, they kind of went extinct. They're gonna die.
Yeah, they're dead. Yeah,
but they're dead now. But that's cool that like they did exist, and depending on now, do you like that they introduced new forms based on region in the Pokemon series? Do you think that's a cool thing? Like they have like right, like based on where you are, the Pokemon changes.
Yeah, because if you want to spin like real life to it, right? That just means that these Pokemon or anything adapts to whatever environment they're in, right?
Yeah,
which makes sense.
Like a squirrel in the U.S. versus a squirrel in Asia, it's gonna look a little different. You know what I mean? So
exactly, yeah. You have your black squirrels, you have your like grayish squirrels, and I don't know what that difference is in particular, but there's different squirrels for different regions and different Growlithes. This Growlithe is sick. I love how he has like that extra fur to kind of cover his face and his eyes.
Yeah, he's like very like he looks like a Chow, like a Chow. It's sick.
I love it.
I'm interested to see how Hisuian Arcanine's gonna look. He's probably gonna look crazy. He's gonna look so cool.
What'd you think of Weirdeer? Is it Weirdeer?
He's the evolved form of Stantler, which
is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, from Johto. So Sinnoh has a strong connection to Johto.
Okay.
The Johto region. And Weirder is a Johto Pokemon. So, or Stantler was a Johto Pokemon, and it's cool that they actually gave him an evolved form because he was just kind of like this weird deer looking thing.
Yeah.
So I like that they're giving forms to Pokemon that like were just single forms. Yeah. So.
So then some of the changes that they made to the battle system were combining like classic Pokemon gameplay with new features like the action order bar that displays which Pokemon turns next. They also made different styles to the attacks and stuff like that. So there's a strong style move which hits harder but slower and increases the amount of time between your next attack. Excuse me. And then there's an agile style move which is weaker but it's faster. And using them will give you multiple opportunities to attack in a row. That's dope. Like changing the battle mechanics in the game is something that I think definitely was needed for this game.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes me really excited to try it out because it kind of gives you a little bit more in-depth versatility and just kind of more, thought process of like what you're doing instead of just mashing the button,
Yeah.
As far as go ahead, go.
I was going to say, I think that this is a step in the right direction. They didn't completely dismiss the slow battles, like the turn-based stuff. And they added a little bit of like, you can control your character and like dodge and like
I love that
stuff. It's nice because you still feel like you're in control of your person. Yeah. It's not like you're stuck like, oh, I locked eyes with this trainer, now I'm in for a battle and I can't do anything. Whereas this, it's just like, I don't even know if there's going to be trainers in this, right?
I'm sure there is, but
yeah, like, are they going to actually be Pokemon battles that happen? It's just cool.
Pokemon battles exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's some Pokemon that you don't even need to like fight. You just like sneak up behind them and throw a Pokeball and you catch them. Like that's sick.
Exactly. So that I wanted to get into that too. You kind of touched a little bit on that because of the mechanics of like dodging and stuff, which is dope, right? But also you can throw your Pokeball and you can actually aim your Pokeball, which is pretty cool. Before you just kind of press the button and it threw it for you. Now you have to actually aim. And then you touched a little bit about that too, where you, depending on the Pokemon that you're looking at or that you're about to, interact with, you either can attack them or try to capture them just based off of like how friendly they are. It really depends on the Pokemon, which is pretty cool. I love that they added those dynamic, different scenarios, in the game
different
as
layers to the Pokemon.
Different layers.
It's not just like attack it till its health gets red and then capture it and then that's it. Like,
and also just the timeline in this game is great because the story, Pokemon has a very simplistic story, right? Like obviously there's little plot holes and little story elements that they add throughout the game, but your main goal is to capture Pokemon and get badges to get to the Elite Four, so on and so forth, whatever it's
exactly. And it's a bad organization that wants to rule the world, and you just you capture legendary Pokemon, they help you, and
this one is a little different, right?
Yeah.
This one is cool because you're actually focusing on you're trying to create a Pokedex. You're trying to add to a Pokedex, and so you're adding a little bit more of variety and more like openness to the game because you're over here because like you're part of a team and you're trying to go to different regions and trying to fill this Pokedex up basically, right? So you're whoever is your professor here, right? I forget the name of them, but they tell you, oh, there's something in this region, go check it out. And I feel like that gives you a little bit more exploration and more openness to explore and wanting to kind of just check out places and different areas throughout the region, right?
Yeah, I mean, the game, again, it kind of still looked a little rough because of the trees looked weird. Like it didn't look 100% still, but it looked way better than it did when we first saw it. And I think if this game does well, which it is probably going to, I think Pokemon Company is going to have to rethink like, okay, what do people want? Like, can we go back to like how we did in Sword and Shield where it's like the turn-based thing? Or now this is what we kind of have to go and stick with this direction where you get to move around and sneak behind your Pokemon and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see what the future looks like after this game.
Yeah. I think for this first step into an open world game, I think they're doing a pretty good job. Yeah, the graphics aren't what we want. It does run better. It definitely looks like it runs better. They've improved the quality of the graphics slightly based off of like the previous build that we saw. And it just looks like they're putting a little bit more thought into what players want. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not giving us 100% what we want as far as like this huge open world game. Great, amazing graphics. You basically just want the handheld version of like Pokemon Red, Blue, whatever, into this like Switch version, basically, right? They're not going to give us that quite yet, but they're in the right direction, and I applaud them for that. And I'm just hoping, like, one of my issues with Sword and Shield was the fact that some of the open layouts were just too open and there weren't much to do, just a lot of like emptiness,
walking around. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just like walking around and wait till Pokemon hits you. And then
I'm hoping they add something else to that, because the thing that they did add was the raging Pokemon. I call them raging Pokemon. I didn't know what they were called, but those like Pokemon in the wild that just kind of like they're pissed off at you and you have to like fight.
Yeah, there's some phenomenon that makes them like angry at you or something, which it's gonna be part of the story. I like that they added the mounts. That's sick. Mm-hmm. The flying mounts and the fact that you can go on the fish. I forget his name.
Basculegion.
Basculegion. Yeah, Basculegion. So that's sick. So I love that you have mounts again in this game. That you can actually ride your Pokemon into battle and stuff like that. So,
and you're able to have your Pokemon out. Any Pokemon you want.
Other Pokemon. Exactly.
Right? That's cool.
That's what it seems like, which I love when they just do that, because why everyone wants their Pokemon just following them. Ever since like Ash let Pikachu out of his Pokeball, like everyone wants want their Pokemon to just follow them.
Right.
So there's a lot going for this game. Mm-hmm. Will it be perfect?
No,
probably not. There's gonna have some hiccups. No Pokemon game is ever perfect. except red and blue. But
Facts.
but yeah, it's just I'm excited, man. It's the first Pokemon game in a while that I'm like actually can't wait to get my hands on.
Yeah, I am. After watching this presentation, I got way more excited than I was before, because I knew they were onto something when they first announced it. But now I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I want right now at this point. And I think that they're doing a great job. I feel like they're hitting most of, if not everything, of what players want, with the exception of like the graphics, right? Because I feel like
Yeah.
people are complaining about the graphics a lot, which I get to a certain extent, but at the same time, like they're fine, you know, they're good enough, and I'm not expecting them to have like Pikachu have like realistic like fur textures, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's never been about that. It's the Pokemon games have never, ever, 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 ever will never be about that stuff. So, you know, I think that it's a sick game. It looks sick. And I like that they're changing up the formula in the sense that like they want you to go finish your Pokedex.
yeah,
Right? Like that seems like the point of the game.
that's like the
Is
main point of the game, which is great. Yeah,
where like you get this mission where like you got to capture this Pokemon right here, like this Luxray, but he lives in the mountainous region of this area. So like you have to take your mount and traverse through that area while finding other Pokemon on the way that you want to catch, and then there might be something else that you see that you want to like go explore. So I hope they have like little like side quests too, like little like areas that you can like venture, like a cave or something. Like, oh, it looks like a sick cave there. I wonder what Pokemon are in there. So I hope they do that. But it has everything going in its favor right now.
yeah. Who do you think is gonna be the villains in the game? Like, who do you think they're gonna like? What are they gonna be like? You know?
I'm not sure because Team Galactic. Am I laggy for you on your end? Does it look kind of laggy?
A little bit.
Weird. So the villains in Diamond and Pearl were Team Galactic, and your supervisor is like Team Galactic, like I guess the pre what they were ages ago. So
Oh, okay.
this might be like the beginning of when they turned bad.
Oh shit. Oh.
What is happening?
Is your battery dying, Rob?
I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's weird. Well, keep going. So, what are you most excited for about this game?
I'm excited again. For the first time, I feel like a Pokemon story is going to be really interesting to me. Mainly because the fact that, like we talked about, we're going to be exploring different regions to help build this Pokedex. It's not going to be a straightforward, cut and dry story. You know, like, you know,
Yeah.
go to this town, beat the boss or beat the gym leader, go to the next town, gym leader, fight the Elite Four, you're done, you know? And then if you want to finish the game, complete the Pokedex. This one is, you know, complete the Pokedex, and like you said, hey,
You'll
there's a
uncover the
Pokemon in
mystery
this-
of Arceus, right?
yeah, hey, there's a Pokemon in this galactical area, or if there's like this like woody forest looking place, like try to find this Pokemon, capture it, whatever. I'm like that sense of like exploration and that sense of like, you know, what if, let's find out what's here, is exciting to me.
I do feel like there is going to be a limited selection of Pokemon in this game.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a ton of variations because it is, again, the early days of Pokemon. So I don't think, and there wasn't a lot of like the regions knew each other as much and stuff like that. So I definitely don't think there's going to be a ton of Pokemon to collect as much as other iterations of the game. So
Yeah, we'll see. But as of right now, I can't wait. It's coming out January
28th.
28th.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised they didn't actually delay the game. Like, I'm very surprised because I thought this is going to be something that would be pushed to, I don't know, maybe fall, or maybe not fall, maybe summer of 2022, you know?
Pokemon's
But-
pretty good about not delaying their shit.
Yeah.
They're
But I
really
feel like
good
with
about
this-
being on
with-
time.
This is a big, like, ambitious game, and I think that they were a little early on the like announcing type of thing, you know? Like, I feel like they announced it out of left field, sort of, and we're like, holy shit, is this what we're like? This is exactly what we want, like an open world Pokemon game? So it came out like out of left field, and I feel like and then based off of what we saw, like how it was running at like 3 frames a second, like I just feel like it needed a lot of work, but it looks like, you know, they're gonna be ready for January, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I think I'm excited. I really am excited, and I have high hopes. I'm actually not going to be like, well, we'll see when it comes out. Like, I'm actually going to
Yeah.
be like, it's going to be good.
So before we end the conversation here, can we just rate the presentation as a whole? So what do you think of the presentation in general? Did you think it was pretty decent? Did you think they did pretty good, or what did you think?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of
Easy.
10? Okay. Okay.
It gave us
All right.
everything we wanted, right? Everything you wanted in the presentation. Gave us gameplay, and then they explained the gameplay. They give you enough details to where like you can like imagine other stuff what's going to happen in the game. Like I felt satisfied after that presentation. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I feel better about this game. So 9 out of 10.
I might. Yeah, I might. I was thinking like 8.5, but yeah, 9 out of 10 would be a pretty good score, because like you said, they give you everything you want, and maybe not all of these games hit for us, but they were entertaining enough. Like that's the thing. The presentation was entertaining.
My eyes were
enough
glued the
that I
entire
wasn't
time.
bored. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
bored watching it, and it kind of gave me like a little like, okay, maybe I'll try it out, maybe not. Like it's cool for those people that enjoy Pokemon Masters or Pokemon Go or whatever. So yeah, I agree.
Before we go, Kelv,
Mhm.
the presentation, the guy was wearing a cool shirt. He's wearing a shirt, and it had Kyogre on the shirt, but you couldn't really tell that it was Kyogre. It looked like a regular dress shirt.
Right.
So I did some digging, and I was like, where the hell did he get this shirt from? And if you guys go to originalstitch.com/Pokemon, they have literally hundreds of different shirts like that, but like very subtle for almost every single Pokemon. So like, say you wanted a Charmander shirt, they have a dress shirt, but there's like little Charmanders on the dress shirt. It's so subtle, and every design is different. Every Pokemon has a different shirt design. They are a little pricey. It's $100 per shirt, but they look fantastic. Some of these designs,
some of them look really nice, dude. Others not so much, but for the most part, they knocked it out of the park with some.
Like I would wear some of these designs to the office. You know what I mean? Like that's how good they are. Like they're so subtle that like you can't really tell until you look up close. You're like, oh, is that a like Kakuna shirt you're wearing?
Right. You can't tell, yeah. But so $100, but that doesn't include shipping, right?
I don't know if it includes shipping or not, but I don't think shipping's that much because it's just a shirt, But they're also like pretty backed up, it seems like, because it says allow 4 to 6 weeks per order. So you're waiting a month for these shirts. So these are very special shirts for very special occasions.
And if it doesn't fit, oof, you're out of luck there.
Exactly. But definitely really, really cool with some of these designs. Again, it's originalstitch.com/Pokemon.
Yeah, we'll put a link in the description below for those that watch our videos. No, that's cool though. I saw those and I'm like, wow, that looks really. I would probably rock a few of those. Like I would probably wear a few of those because they just look classic. Like they look classy.
Except the Gloom one. The Gloom one. Look at the Gloom one. It's kind of gross.
Oh, is it? It's a few weird ones though.
The Gloom one is Gloom, but it's like oozing the white stuff, and the white stuff doesn't look right. If you catch my drift on the shirt, it literally looks like what? Yeah. Don't get the Gloom one, guys. Stay away from that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to our podcast, episode 32. This was a special one, Pokemon Presents breakdown. If you are enjoying our podcast, or if you're a first timer, thank you, welcome. And if you want to follow us on all social medias and podcast services as well. Thank you guys for watching. Anything you want to add, Rob?
No. Just some more Pokemon news for you guys before I go. The new Pokemon card set, Evolving Skies, is coming out next week, the 26th, I believe. And those feature a bunch of cards with Rayquaza and all of the EV evolutions. It's going to be a fun set. I'm going to get 2 boxes of my own. A couple packs here. So, and I think that's pretty much it for the Pokemon news. That I think we covered it until November,
Yeah. Also, big ups to you for winning the Pokemon battle with Kevin. I heard he was talking a little bit of smack. You know,
He was talking mad shit.
he was talking shit. Yeah. But guess who won? You know what I mean? The true Pokemon master. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's how it goes. You know. So
He needs.
shout out to Kevin.
Too, so we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll do in the round 2. We'll do round we'll do round 2 with that. It's gonna be fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. So
it looked fun. It was cool. I thought it was completely different. I thought you guys were actually like battling with Pokemon cards, but
no. It's more for like who gets the better cards out of the packs.
Sure. Gotcha.
So completely
Right,
like luck. Yeah. So
yeah. Well, thank you guys for listening, and until next time, catch you guys.
See ya.